Hello, right. I'm just running this down this big contraption. I've got two conveyors and all of the belts, and we appear not to be going. Why are you not working? Why are you not working? Why are you not working? Will you not go direct? Maybe it won't go directly into. Maybe we've got to be sort of clever, and it's going to be a faff. I've got to do it both ends. I've got to drop it in, and yeah, you know, this is determined to be a pain to the very end. Right, okay, now swivel axle. No, definitely not. 70 tonner, I think. If we've got to insist that it's going to be a pain, we're going to use a trailer that's nice and quick. Yeah. If it's going to be faffy, though, I am going to go into a time lapse. I was hoping this time to just chat, but yeah, it's determined, as these jobs often are, to be a pain to the very end. Or is that? Is that from that? Maybe it is. Maybe I just... No, it really is. Oh, I think I just belted that. Oh, yeah, of course you're going to be... Patience, patience, patience. And of course that can be raised. It does have that ability. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to have to pull forward a tad now. You've belted that back 6 foot. Okay, why are you not? Right, let's have a look at this. That one. Yeah, I would say that's good enough. I would. Now we just need to get close enough, because it appears that even though it looks like I'm right, I'm not. Then it's got to be going into something, hasn't it? Yeah, I'm being silly now. Yeah, being as it won't go into the actual fill point itself, into the silo, then yeah, we've got to... Now then, this is going to be difficult to see because it's now high. Right, okay, let's set this going. It's going to be very faffy, so I am going to go into a time lapse, because I'm going to have to like run backwards and forwards. This is going to be a nightmare. We're going to need, we are going to need like more. I think we're going to need to have 2 or 3 loading into, and then 2 or 3 unloading, or it's going to be ridiculously faffy, and it is going to be ridiculously faffy anyway. And I would imagine, no, that shouldn't have moved this lot really. That should still be good. Well, if it is, then how come it's no longer picking that up? Because it should be. That's the other thing is, yeah, we are definitely down due to this, the super speedy pickup or something else conflicting with that. You can't always know that. Now that should easily pick that up. It really should. As I said last session, I love working with belt systems. It may have been simpler just to, yeah, it's got to be this one. It's got to be. And you need to be in near the metalwork, I remember. Why did that suddenly... Why, oh why, when you did work and you're on, are you no longer working? Yeah, it's this one that's at fault. It's just not picking it up. Right. I'm going to sort this matter out. I don't know whether I'm going to go to just running. I know it's a lot, but it is amazing how sometimes with these things that it becomes major. Yeah, I've done this the old-fashioned way, and if these are going to like fit and start every few minutes, it's going to drive me crazy. It really is, and it would anybody. And this is the pain in the backside of this particular type of contraption. It's also going to be faffy if I've got to offload here and then unload to that one, so much so that, you know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this I'm going to get the shop to come and bring them, and I'll bring you back in, and we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. We really are. So I'm going to see you shortly. boy is it dark here, really. I know it isn't now with the lights on, but literally when I came back on to do the recording session, because I ran out of time this morning, I thought I've got to get this finished. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do all of the looking that I've not been managing to look at. Yeah, we're at 77%. Yeah, I want to check. It's been bugging me now for a couple of days. I keep meaning to look, and then I run out of time on the time that I've got. This took so long earlier. Absolutely humongous. Literally going old school. So we've literally manhandled this too. It's about actually almost the same as the last one. So yeah, let's just get this finished. It seems an awful lot bigger. We didn't half get it in nicely the first time. This seems more, but really it's slightly less. So yeah, let's get this in. We've got it higher though, because we've never had any flat but top like this. So yeah, this has managed to do really well. It's very slow going, but then it was slow going last time, because I don't think I've ever had a clamp as full as these 2 times now. So that's 4 million tons. Now we are 365 tons down that somehow got lost. So I will allow that to be put in, because I want it to be accurate, and that it's no more accurate when things get lost or broken by a mod. So in some ways, I suppose the belt system is probably a good idea that it didn't get. Although no, we're still gonna have to use it to grab this out, and that's why I really wanted to push on, because it really is pitch black. I mean, yeah, I've got people's lights on everywhere, as you can see, because the yard is so dark. I couldn't see it in front of myself at all until I got in this and switched the lights on. Yeah, so when I get this done, I thought I'd chatter for 5 minutes, and then we're going to have a look at my fears, yeah, on whether or not the silage has gone to the right BGA, or whether it's partially gone to the right BGA. I really should have done it better. You don't always think of the consequences of such fine actions. Of yes, we did see that it sent the silage from the side of what was there, from there across to somewhere, but we didn't see where it went, and that's my worry, that it's gone to the first one, in which case it's gonna be like 6 or 7 months before that gets processed, and that is just, yeah, we'd have to like say no, we just can't wait that length of time. We'll just have to like go with what but I will get this to turn to silage, and we'll go on the facts and figures based upon that. If that is the case, we will. It is what it is. Obviously I've tried my best, but mistakes do happen. They truly do, and it has been, I have got to be honest, it has been monstrous in its own way. This has been the biggest finish I've ever done on a Let's Play, and it really has been quite yeah, this was enormous, moving this 2 million litres from that to here with with all of our, yeah, and I kept on, as it was obvious that it was difficult to use certain trailers, I put them to the right, and then in the end I just left the 30 tonners, the 70 tonner, and the well, actually, yeah, I got rid of that as one of the last ones, the 46.5 ton or 46,600 tonner forage wagon. Yeah, let's get it right. Let's FS22 it. Let's not go old school. 91%, 9% off. The final leg of this very long journey. A very exciting journey though. It's very real now, but yeah, I've got the same to do on Silver Run. I'm going to probably handle that the same way as we've done here. I'm not going to do any Purbeck until, yeah, what we're going to do now is I'm going to end Riverside, and then I'm going to go to Silver Run. We're going to do the same with Silver Run as we've done that. I'm still going to be doing Agres, although I have got problems on Agres. There's something that is loaded on Agres that is causing issues with the and it is something that wasn't causing issues, so it is a newish mod. So I've got a bit of a, now I've got a greenhouse that I loaded in, and I'm thinking, because it's that type of thing that it'll be that greenhouse that I've done. It might be wrong, you can't always tell, but that's what I'm going on, that it's the greenhouse. So next time I'm going to Agres, I'm going to try and find the greenhouse that I put in last, and we're going to switch that off and then go into Agres and see if that is the issue. If it is, then all good and proper. Yeah, because I can't do Agres properly. I did a session. We cleared the sugar beets off the field that had been around the edge and got that all in, but then it won't read the proper. Oh, that's a point, really. The thing that is strange, it's the chemical that's on the map for doing the soap. That's not working either, and it was. So I'm at a bit of a loss as to know what it is, but we will sort it out. We'll have a go. It's just that on top of the problems we'd had with this, it was the final straw, and I thought, and then Silver Run likewise. I'm thoroughly enjoying at the minute going on the Calmlands, but it's why you've got problems going on. You can only face so many problems at any one time, and that, I think, was the straw that broke the donkey's back, as the saying goes. It really was, and I was enjoying Calmlands, which that's not going perfectly, but it's. The other thing is, Farming Simulator is very much like real life in so much as you do get problems with it, and I like that. I don't like it, but what I mean is it's real. It is. It's almost mirrors the real. Right, let's do this now. Hooray! So it was 2,700,000 litres. I don't know why this is slow when it never used to be like that, but then again, perhaps it was a bit too cheaty if it races around like a mad thing. Right, it's 6:10 now. Then the moment of truth now. Yeah, let's actually leaving these lights on. We're going to drive across the yard as well with one of these tractors, because honestly it is so dark. It really is very, very dark. Yeah, we need to see where we're going, but before we do that, I want to have a look at our productions, because I'm a bit afraid of what I'm going to see. I'm wondering, I should have done it differently. I never thought about. So this is the 1 megawatt. Oh, it is as well. It sent all of the silage, 2.2 million tons to that. So that means the other one is going to have absolutely nothing in it. I think I'm right. My heart is sunk. I thought this is what was going to happen, because it's the first BGA on the map. It's the original one, and it's going to want to send it. Yes. 6 litres. Seriously, you sent the grand old amount of 6 litres. Right, can we do anything? I don't think you can do anything with the inputs, can you? I don't think you can either, if I'm honest. We'll have a look, but yeah, you can't. It's there. It's. There's nothing we can do about it. So by my reckoning, at 160 litres, that is there for the grand total of about. Let me have a look. Let's do this properly. Calculator. I don't want to guesstimate. I want to do this properly. Calculator. Oh no. 2200. No, what? That's not right. 200. That'll do. That's 2 million divided by 160 tons is nearly 14 months. That's more than that. You could, if that was 100 tons, it would be 22 months. No, that's going to be right. 14 then. 14 months of us doing that. I'm not staying here for that long. I'm really not. That is such a shame though, because I've got no way of really. I'll see if there is a way that we can actually work out how much that would actually equate to in revenue. I don't know that I can. It's a strange thing. It is an astronomical amount. It really is. But the one thing we can do is we can totally get rid of the industrial BGA, because that monster, unfortunately, because of my mistake, I should have switched off the other one accepting it. And that is sometimes what you do when you're in a bit of a rush. The idea's right. Yeah, you are. We can, of course, now. Yeah, I suppose no. That is true. If we stick that in the Grainquid Pro, yes, this is the same as that. If we stick this in we stop the BGA, the old BGA, wanting any more, and in the morning we pipe, I'm going to pipe that. I am annoyed that I could not get that to work. It was just being such a pain that I thought, we're going to have to do this. Let's go the old-fashioned way. Some things are all right with doing it the production method, but others aren't. So we shall. I was trying to think. Do we? Yeah, there is one thing I would like to do, and that's show that new mod where you've got a truck and you back it in and it literally pipes it. So we could get. I think we should bring that in as well. If we're going to do this, let's have a bit of fun with it. But for now, we are going to go through till tomorrow morning, because we've finally done this. Let's have a quick look at the animals, because I would imagine they're as close to being ready to. They're all right. Ooh, they're not going to get through the night. So I meant to go back and do those, didn't I? Right, okay. Emergency times calls for emergency methods. There's that 20 tons. Yeah, there is 20 tons at the shop, but it really isn't time for that. Let's go and we want a 70 tonner. Let's grab that, and I know it's going to cost me a small fortune. That is our one, the one that I bought by mistake. And I believe the trailers are all over here. I know it's pitch black, but if we don't do this, yeah, I've got the animal mod, the mod on about losing animals, but I've not got it active. Yeah, so I have got it. I just haven't. I don't think I've neither not. I'm unsure as to whether to bring it in realistically or not, because it is realistic in some ways. But it's I think I'll give a mod like that a few months to settle down, because there are invariably problems with almost any mod, and that's not the kind of thing that I'm willing to have go wrong for us. Right, this is going to be dark going down there. I do apologise for dragging you with me on this, because this is really seriously going to be bad. Yeah, even these lights are terrific. We'll get 70 tons of food and we'll stick that in. Yeah, we probably have got a little bit in. We may actually have some in the yard. Yeah, and yeah, we won't worry about the industrial BGA, because we have. Yeah, I am seriously wondering whether I should give the 250 back though, because sometimes when you're tired, I don't think your mind works as well as it should. And I thought afterwards, why shouldn't I have paid for that? Why should I? I mean, I know it's either ours or it's not. So on camera, I'm now going to pay that back. Yeah, I'm going to remove minus 250,000, and we are paying for that. That is ours, as simple as that. Now I'm sure there's a few here. So yeah, 2. Here's a few. Let's fill the pig food, which is mucky. Like, this is a mucky thing. I shouldn't have. Yeah, I should have washed it. Really, shouldn't have. I didn't think about it. Yeah, it's slow to fill. That's the only bad thing. And then we'll literally top this up with the expensive pig food, and we will go through till the morning. But there's no way I wouldn't risk it. It would be very poor husbandry. I'm glad we did look quickly. I was in a mad rush to go, but I'm glad we didn't. Yeah, I wish I could have got the time to fill this with these, because the proper it's so expensive to buy this loose, even with the discounts. Now I'm sure that on this very map, now is it left that I've got indicating, or it was right, but never mind. Yeah, I'm sure there are cheap alternatives built into the map. I read the change log somewhere. Now then, let's not bump into our very, yes, this new production that we've had built, and that we have actually had built now, that is ours. Yeah, I'm glad we've settled that. Right, so we want, it looks so different at night. Yeah, we'll just 70 tons of this, and that actually we won't quite get that in, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm trying to look away at the extortionate cost of this. Yeah, we're doing very well on Calmlands, but sort of problems, distribution problem. Oh, yeah, we are scraping that along. We need to go past it like that, and then go around. Yeah, we are really for on a new Let's Play doing quite well, but we're not. Yeah, I'm trying to have the BGA, but what I think I'm going to do next time I'm on is I'm going to see there's 180,000 BGA, and we're nearly there, nearly up to that. But I'm wondering, I have been disappointed a few times with like mods that you've like gone with an edit that's for the map, and then actually there is some already there, so I didn't forget. It's just that 10 tons there. I did mean to come back, I think, and there we go. That's now starting. Let's let that tick down, and then we should tip that in, and there will be some left for the morning as well. Yeah, I didn't realise that we'd still got some of this. What have we got in? Oh, actually, we just looked at that. That was nowhere near that. We've only put, that was only like 10 tons, 2 5s. What went wrong there? Oh well, we've got some ready for the morning. Yeah, it's oh. Yeah, let's back in, and yeah, we're going to have an awful lot left for the morning, so that is quite amazing. Right. Right, fantastic. Let's leave this here, and the big Fent can sort that out in the morning. Right, yeah, we're going to have tomorrow morning to sort the animals out, and then we are going to have Operation Silo. Yeah, and what we're going to do is, we know that there's roughly, in fact that is true, right, there's almost the same amount of silage in that BGA in the original one. We are going to switch that off. Yeah, we are, because yeah, that there's only 862. It's not going to process anymore. We've switched off the silage. That way, if we do the industrial BGA with the 2,100,000 and something thousand, it's going to. That's the point. Actually, yeah, it is right. Let's do this for one night. If you take that 160 tons, it's 2 million and some oddments. That is exactly where it wants to be, for it to be exactly equal to what we've got left in the other clamp. So therefore, what we get rid of in the industrial BGA, what is left in that one is going to be exactly the same. In other words, what it gets, yeah, how much it goes up. Oh, I've got to be so careful though. Yeah, it's true. That's the trouble. It's hard to isolate our businesses. We've got so many businesses. We could switch off everything else, and then that's all that's being done. The only income we've got. That is true. We could do that. Right. Okay. We'll do that in the morning, because we do want it to process that last 160 tons, the last with the normal one, and then we'll switch it off. And it is about almost as close as you can get it to being equal, really. With his oddments out. That's all I mean. Right. Indicate this time. There we go, smashing. Right, I'm happy now. So we've got 120 odd tons of TMR in there, so that's good. Let's go to sleep. Yes, it's getting very real now. There were times when I thought I was never going to get there. It seriously has been an absolute monster. And all manner of things that didn't go right as well. I'm going to leave those on, and in real life I would shut them off, but then I would lead you totally in the dark. It's terrible. Right, so we want a 9 o'clock start. This day I thought I don't think I've ever been so late in a day, apart from when I've pulled an all-nighter on Rombos and on a few Let's Plays where, yeah, we have done that through the BGAs, but wow, that is dark. 9 o'clock, it's been like that before, I seem to remember. Right, 10:06, let's have a quick look at that production, because I'm intrigued. Yeah, it has, it's exactly right. So now we switch that off. That is no longer going to be working. Yeah, that's distributed as well. Fantastic. Right, so that plan has worked nicely. Now what we need to do is we've got that. Yeah, this is going to be another session because this is the ending of the one before, but there is going to be another session. There's going to be the totting up, but I would imagine it's still a long session as well ahead of us, really, because I've got to do exactly the same as we did with the last one. And also because it was so late, I'm not sure what time this is going to be ready. Probably much later. We've got the animals to do, which again I'm going to do next session. We're going to do our usual time lapse. Yeah, 62% is tonight, isn't it? So we've got all the day to go through. So what we're going to do is the coming session, I'm going to do the normal run through, and we'll get all of the animal products, all of the slurry, I was say silage there, manure, yeah, 40 tons, yeah, all of those things across to be processed in our fertiliser business. We've got the clothes. Let's have a preliminary look just as a gauge, because yeah, this is actually there is going to be an awful lot, and we ignore the water. I never understand why that's all of a sudden worth an absolute fortune. And I suppose the grass and the hay really has got an intrinsic value. I think I did that last time, because it is true that it actually has. Even a diesel, it has got a market value, so why not? The solid fertiliser, obviously. Well, why have you not sold? You should be selling. The canola oil. I didn't realise. Oh, of course we did. No, I did set them going. Missed the best month. Oh no, I'm not. It is November. And it is green, so it's not the best green, but let's have a look. December, it says December now is the best month now, so it's probably in the night. So we're going to watch that through the day. Close. Oh, close is on the up. Yeah, although May is the best. Well, oh, it's worth a lot more. Yeah, it is. We knew that. I did say that. We will sell the clothes, and it's still over 500,000. I'm not going to quibble. Wow, we've got a lot of slurry, but yeah, it is worth a fortune, the slurry, but we are making just as much by selling solid fertiliser, and yeah, that is it. So a total is 1.4 million just on that there, and obviously things like, yeah, that doesn't obviously show that doesn't exist, that we have 2.2 million litres, or actually 4.4 million-ish, no, 4 point something million litres of this when it turns, of course. Yeah, it doesn't read it, does it? So, right, so all that remains to be said is, yes, there is definitely at least one more session. Maybe December, maybe January, but yeah, we've got a lot of selling stuff to do, and I think I'm definitely going to be right about what I was saying about 12 million. I'd be very shocked if it was anything less than, based upon what we've just seen as well. So yeah, we're going to have a normal run around and the clothes making and all that type of stuff, and also the selling of the canola oil as well, which is another 168,000 as well. Which, yeah, we'll do that as close to the That says it's going down actually, and yet it says December is the best. Well, if we have to wait till December, I'll be happy with that, definitely. Anyway, for now, I am going to say, yes, I hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. Yeah, truthfully, it's definitely coming to an end, and it's seriously, this was a Let's Play that really took me. I've learned a lot through this. Yes, I know I still make, and I'm a human being, and I make mistakes. I made a mistake with that, really, but we've sort of managed, because we've got almost the same bar 6,000 litres, that's all we're out. What we stick, if we stick that in the new BGA, then we will know exactly how much that we will sell for the other BGA. If we isolate all the other cells and activators and all that type of stuff, so we're only going to shift this once we've processed everything that we've got to process. Not the selling the oddments and things that are in the background, but yeah, all of our productions that are selling directly and things like that. Fertiliser plants, we're going to switch those off so that they don't muck around with the price of what we get from using the industrial BGA today, or I think it'll be tomorrow if I'm honest. It's going to be so late tonight that turns that I think I'm going to go till tomorrow morning, and we'll do the animals, one more round of the animals, and we will sell the canola oil and all the rest on December. I think, yeah, it'll be a Christmas finish, if you get my gist, you know, in December. Right, anyway, yes, I truly do hope that you're going to stick with me on what's left of this fantastic journey. It really is. All that does be left to remain to be said is a massive shout out to Missy B. Yeah, it is a fantastic map. It truly is. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on this. Fantastic. Now, this is one of the best British maps I've ever been on, because it's unlike most British maps. We've got hedges, we've got everything that's British, but there's verges, and of course they do exist. There are some places that do have such good verges, and then there are little villages where there are little tiny B roads and you've got to go down them and they're terrible, and you know, so we've got a good mix of the two. But yeah, this has been a really nice British map. Purbeck is the very reverse, and I don't mean they're very reverse in so much as a very bad map. I mean, it has little tiny B roads that are, and even the A roads are a little bit like some of the worst villages you could possibly go through. And that's, again, realistic. I'm not having a go. I'm saying it's a completely different thing. Both are real. Britain does have ones similar to this, and it does have ones like that. So, but it's been nice, because a lot of the British maps tend to favour the Purbecky type. Yeah, low. Although Greenland's didn't really. I never found any trouble. Although no, the middle going through the village in Greenland's was always an issue where the bend was. Yeah, I tried to go through there as little as possible with big equipment, because there's a horrible corner in the middle where you used to always get clouted by something, or you knew you were gonna get clouted by it, so you moved, and then you got dragged into a fence. I seem to recall there's a place about at least 2 or 3 times, and it could have been much more if I hadn't have given it a wide berth, of being dragged in and like trying to fight a fence, trying to get out of it once you'd hit it. So yeah, that was fun and games. Anyway, enough of this. Yeah, this is Riverside, but yeah, I am just very, very happy that with our time on Riverside, it has been fantastic. So we've had hours of fun on this fantastic map. My only regret is that we only had 200 animals in here, that we missed out on the opportunity to have as many as originally. I was really looking forward to having this as one of the biggest amount of, let's be honest, if you imagine we had 4 times the amount here, can you imagine how much money we would have had on normal economy? I mean, if it was easy now, we'd be on 20, we'd be on double what we are now. And if we'd have had 4 times the amount of animal being in the fertiliser business, I would say that we would have knocked Rhombos from its topmost tier of, like, yeah, where we'd have done well with that. I think we would have beaten it hands down. We've also heavily invested in infrastructure on this Let's Play. More than that, these Grain Quid Pros at 100 and... how much are they? Let's have a look. Let's quote correctly. I think they are 110,000. No, they are. Yeah, it is. I remember 110,000. So we've got 3 of those. They're are they 80 on this for them being cheaper? But normally they're 110,000, something like that. Anyway, when we've got 3 of those, so yeah, and I do think I will be using these. Yeah, massive shout out to Missy, because this is one of those mods that you really can underestimate. You really can. It is a phenomenal production. And I like the idea behind this is amazing. It really is. I don't think people are cottoning on to just how fantastic this is. Yeah, this has got a massive impact. A silo that's really a production that you can send things whizzing across your map to wherever you need it to go. And I say that it is almost everything. It doesn't like stones, and it doesn't like chaff. I can't think of its name. Yeah, it doesn't like chaff, but its silage is fine. So all of the things that you'd expect and be able to send across the map like we have done, you can. So it is amazing. I do absolutely take my hat off to Missy B for such a fantastic production. And don't get me wrong, I've loved the slurry yard ever since FS19. It has always been my go-to. It's nice to have options, nice to have the fertiliser business as well, though, to actually do, you know, something else. So it's not always the same sort of thing. In fact, on this map we haven't used the slurry yard other than that. I think it was 1 time. So yeah, we've actually given that a rest. We use that on nearly everybody else's map. We haven't used it on Missy B's, but we have used the Grain Quid Pro, which I shall definitely be my silo of choice on any Let's Play where I can afford to put this in. I did, yeah, started, didn't I, as well, talking about Calmlands. Yeah, on Calmlands, I'm trying to place the 180,000 biogas plant. What I was saying was, as many times you save up for something and then when you place it, you're very disappointed. Attingham was one place. The BGA there was so slow that had I have carried on using that, it would have taken me forever to actually process the bit of silage that we got. It was so awful. So of course I removed it and put the Disturbed Simulations one in, and then we went from there. I didn't like doing it. I would have liked to have used the map, but it was just so terribly slow that I could not put you all through that. So there's got to be that play balance where I'm not going to drag you through something that's going to take 48 months to just process the few thousand litres you'd got in there. So yeah, we did do that. And I'm going to do the same on Calmlands. What we're going to do at the end of the next play session that I'm on there, I'm going to inject the money and place it just so as we can see the cycles and all the rest of it, to see, am I going to be disappointed after saving up 180,000, because it's more than I even thought it was. That on that map is a lot for us. We've got the money, but if we could sell all of our silage, and then we'd have no energy business, and that's the entire reason why I wanted to go the BGA route. So yes, on that we're going to do a bit of a test just to see if is it a white elephant, or is it a deep, and I don't mean that nasty, or is it, do I just go with my standard, the Disturbed Simulations one, not the industrial though. I think that's a little bit too much for it, if I'm honest. It doesn't seem to be. Now this could have done that, I could have done that a long time ago, but because Missy B had already put such a fantastic, and it fitted the story in the map, and we were down that end and our field was right in a story, I always went with that one. Otherwise, had Missy B not had one that was so good, I would have literally had built the Industrial BGA, because it would have fitted this particular map with having such a massive set field and all the rest of it. That would please, that's my Misty, my dog. Yeah, barking at the other dogs. I do apologise. She's more vocal than she normally is. Anyway, yes, this time I really am going. So yeah, just a little bit of an explanation. I want to sort of do a bit of testing on that to see, because you can be disappointed when you realise sometimes your expectations are. Again, I always compare to the small Disturbed Simulations BGA, which is better than some of the larger ones on the standard one. So yeah, again, I think that's probably why I'm slating the Attingham one, which may have been okay, but again, the amount of process was awful. And again, that's because we've always run the Disturbed Simulations fantastic little BGA, and it is again, it's not a monster, but it does process a lot. but nowhere near like the industrial BGA. So there's as a thing of scale. I mean, this one is a big one. It's a 1 megawatt. And it does process 160 tons, which is a lot. I would say the disturb simulation ones sort of does about that, but it's, if you did a sleep, it would only do 75 tons. But if you speed through the day, it will process more. So it does sort of do 3 times the amount that one would do. But yeah, anyway, I'm getting myself confused. Yeah, so all that remains to be said is, yeah, as always, invite your comments. Yeah, really, if I've missed anything or you've seen something that I've missed or whatever, then yeah, please drop me a line. I love to hear from you, I really do. But all that remains to be said is, this time I really am going, is goodbye for now.